Hello, it's Coach Key, and I want to start a new series with you. And so, my series is going to be encouraging you to write your story, whatever that looks like. So, I've written 2.5 books, and I say 2.5 because it was many of you may have heard me say it, but I was a part of a cohort. And in this cohort, our coach, because she was a coach, was like, you start a business. She put a charge out there and a demand on us to start a business, to write a book, and to eat healthy. And so I wrote my first point five book was called Journaling for the Prophetic Dancer. And I did have it on Amazon for a while, but I took it off because I feel like I needed to revamp the book or rewrite that book, but I still have that book. And when I went back and just was starting to read over it again, I was like, oh, this is good. This is good. And so sometimes you may feel like your story is not significant. It may not be a thick 300, 400 page book, and that's okay because your story is your story, whatever that looks like, whether it's a children's manual, whether it's a manual on how to cook, a chef, or a manual being creative, or a manual that's teaching someone how to teach, or what have you, whatever that is, whatever that story is that God is giving you, it needs to be out there. And sometimes stories are being told by words. And so what that means is maybe you don't want to necessarily write the book in pen and paper, but you're telling your story in virtually. So whatever that means for you, but I want to help you write this story. And so I put out some posts, and I don't know if you've seen it, but the posts were basically, it was a 21-day devotional, and it was titled Called to Write. And so day one says, every writing journey begins with a calling. God places a word, a story, or a burden inside you that refuses to stay quiet. You are not writing for approval. Okay, let's think about that. Your writing is not for approval on man's approval, because you're writing because heaven whispered your name. And so what that means is you're writing because God has placed this inside of you, and you want to get it out. Let's say that you want to get it out. You have something that someone needs. Don't let that story go dormant, and don't let that story die. Let that story live. And so let's go to Habakkuk 2:2. Okay? Habakkuk 2:2. And then we're going to do an activation. So I want you, as we're doing this, to write your story. And then God answered, write this, write what you see. Write it out in big block letters so that it can be read on the run. This vision message is a witness pointing to what's coming. It aches for the coming. It can hardly wait, and it doesn't lie. If it seems slow in coming, wait. It's on its way. It will come right on time. So that's Habakkuk 2:2-3. And that was the Message translation. And I like that translation. But many of you may know this version, the King James Version, KJV. I wanted to combine the two, King James, KJV, when I was saying that. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. Make the vision. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And so when I think about that, I think about the Lord as we spend time with him giving us what we need. And so what that looks like is, for me personally, and some of you may have heard from what I've shared thus far about writing my second book, that it was a 10-year journey. And so this may be the time for someone to start. This may be the time for someone to work on whatever that project is, writing project is, or this may be the time to complete it. Only God will let you, that's between you and the Lord. But I want to help push you. I want to help push you into fulfilling that and completing that assignment. And so An activation. Journal how you first knew you were called to write. And the prayer is, Lord, awaken the scribe in me. Teach me to hear and record your voice. That's your activation. And this is your first day writing devotional. Okay? Some people need it written down to look at it. But some people need it to be audibly spoken to help them. Sometimes voice, some people love to look at videos and ride and listen. And so this is your push. For some, you may be just starting. Some you may be in the middle, and some of you may be completing the work. But I believe that this series will help you in wherever you find yourself. Okay, God bless.